Welcome to another Southern California Prep Insider Baseball podcast. Tommy and Les here trying to navigate through the Southern Section baseball scene. As we saw in the pre-taping, I'm a little bit lost today. So hopefully I find my way now that it's live and we're ready to go. Les, we'll start like we always do with your top 10.
Yeah, man, it's a little bit of a shakeup happening yesterday, man, as these tournaments get going, Tommy. So let's go 10-1. New into the top 10 is Beckman at 13-2. They're the clear favorites in the PCL now, the Pacific Coast League. They've separated themselves from everybody else. They look to make a deep run here in the D1 playoffs after making the jump from D2 last year. Number 9 is Aliso.
Wait, really quick before you go, I want to mention Beckman, one of my favorite coaches in the Southern Section as well. So just got to throw that out there. Sorry, go to number 9.
Oh, Laval's legit. He's an awesome guy.
He is the man.
Yeah, Aliso Niguel, number 9, 14-3. They lost earlier this week. They're in a tournament. You know, they're throwing a bunch of guys that aren't their horses. They get back into league play next week in a game we'll preview here in a few minutes. Number 8, Arcadia, 15-0. These guys, Tommy, these guys are boat racing everybody. They won again yesterday in a 15-1 game. They're not finishing games. They're playing 5-inning games, boat racing everybody. Number 7 is Jay Serra, 10-8. They beat Etiwanda yesterday. They're starting to click, man. They're doing really well in Trinity League play as well. Number 6 is Ayala, 14-2. I saw them on Friday. They rolled on Great Oak yesterday, scoring 15 runs. It's a real good team. They've made the jump to D1 too, so they'll be interesting here in a few weeks when the playoffs get started. Number 5 is La Mirada, 13-3. They lost those 2 games as a doubleheader to open the season, and they're 13-1 since opening day. They beat number 2 Huntington Beach yesterday behind a great outing from Jared Jones and some timely hitting. Number 4 is Harvard Westlake, 12-1-1. They're heading into the NHSI next week out in North Carolina, but that's just a team that's rolling. P. Crow Armstrong starting to really, really click. Man, hit his 3rd home run yesterday of the season. These next 3 guys, they're pretty interesting as well, man. Orange Lutheran, who we have in the Power 25, they're number 3. They lost to Sherman Oaks Notre Dame, who we have at number 22 in the state. Huntington Beach at number 2, 12-3. They lost to La Mirada, who we just talked about, who we have number 5 in the state. And then number 1, who we also have number 1 in the state, Cypress. They lost to a really good Miracosta team yesterday. So top 3 teams all lost on the same day. That doesn't normally happen, but sharing that with somebody yesterday, and just another day in SoCal baseball, man.
Yeah. So, are you expecting some shakeups in your top 10 for next week then?
Yeah. Well, depending on how these teams play out. They all have 3 more games this week, but yes, I would anticipate Harvard Westlake and La Mirada, assuming those guys continue to win. Those guys probably will be making a little bit of a jump, but yeah. A little bit of a shakeup.
All right, there's your top 10 for this week. My players of the week for this week. I've got Ben Grable from Flint Ridge Prep off to a hot start this season, hitting .568 with an on-base percentage of .604 and 5 home runs. 22 RBIs so far early on in the season, so good for him. Jason McDonald from Esperanza, 11 for 22 in his last 8 games. 4 doubles and a triple in that span as well. Seth Maddox all the way out of Xavier Prep in the desert. 3 complete games in a row with 30 strikeouts in those games, averaging 10 strikeouts a game. That's some pretty good math right there, right, Les?
Yeah, I'm not a math guy, but it sounds right.
30 divided by 3, 10. Perfect. Nailed it. Last guy I've got is Blake O'Reilly from Thousand Oaks. We both picked them last week and ended up winning that game. 2 complete games in a row for him, only giving up 1 run and striking out 19 in those games he's committed to Grand Canyon.
Yeah, he's pretty good. I saw him against Oaks Christian a couple weeks ago. He was really good. So here's my players of the week. Let's start with senior left-handed pitcher Cole Rawlings out of San Juan Hills. He's a Westcliff University commit. Threw a complete game, 2-hit shutout with 5 strikeouts against Laguna Hills in CBU League play last week. Next is 2019 Robert Chigola out of La Sierra High School. And Robert, I'm sorry, I'm sure I butchered your last name, but I did my best. Threw a complete game, 2-hit shutout, and a 1-0 win over Hillcrest. He was also 2 for 4 with an RBI in the West Valley Championship game. Senior pitcher Noah Reinhardt out of Rancho Cucamonga High School threw a complete game shutout, 5 hits, 5 Ks against Chino Hills, who's a pretty good team this year. And lastly is Johnny Long out of Orange High School. In 4 games, Long was 9 for 12 with a triple, 4 doubles, 3 runs scored, and 5 RBIs. So pretty good week for Johnny Long there out of Orange High School.
All right, there's the top 10. There's the players of the week. So we'll go to our field reporters now who are at 3 different locations. Here they are.
I'm here with Alec Rath, pitcher for Servite. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
First off, congratulations on committing to LMU. What made you choose LMU?
I really love the campus. I love the coaches. Everything about the school is just drawing me there.
So earlier today you told me about all the clubs you're involved in. Can you please list them?
Just a few. I'm a Red Cross Club member. I like to draw, and I'm a part of the Spanish Club as well.
What's your favorite thing to draw?
I really draw octopuses really well. I love drawing octopuses.
What kind of octopuses? Octopi?
Octopi. I don't know, just anything that really works. Cartoon ones are more my style, but that's where I'm at.
What's your preferred medium? Do you draw them with like oil paint or like Microsoft Paint?
No, I got these really cool pencils for Christmas. They work with shading and everything. I love it.
How do you get ready for a game?
We like to sit in our clubhouse, play music. We all like to get hyped, ready to go for the game. Try to bring as much intensity as we can.
Do you guys have a team song that you guys get hyped to?
Yeah, by Chief Keef.
Do you have a personal hype song? What's your walk-up song?
My walk-up song is Shooter by Playboy Cardi. Just get me ready to go.
What's your pregame meal?
Pre-game meal, not very healthy. I love pizza though. Take a big slice of pizza any day.
What are your favorite toppings? Pineapple on pizza or no?
You know, a lot of people are gonna hate me, but I love pineapple on pizza. It belongs there. It belongs there.
I've found my people. What else?
A bag of chips. Keep it light. Just one slice, one bag of chips.
What kind of chips?
Potato chips, Lay's. That works.
Who do you model your game after?
I try to be like my uncle Kevin, actually. Super low-key guy. He worked really hard at everything he did. Very talented. That's who I try to model myself after.
Who's your favorite team?
I'm a big Dodgers guy. Boo the Angels. Boo the Angels.
So how would you describe your playing style?
Very high intensity. I like to keep things moving. I like to get the ball and then get back on the mound as possible as I can. You know, 105 is the way to go.
How would your teammates describe you?
Energetic and loud. That's definitely the way to go.
Do you have a team nickname?
Raft. Anything possible you can think of.
You guys started out league play with a 3-game sweep of Mater Dei. How did that make you feel, and what are your expectations for the rest of the season?
That felt amazing. Obviously, it's great to come out and sweep our rivals. Really expect to win league. Anything less is a disappointment.
Last of all, what major attributes do you think you'll contribute to LMU?
I really think that my mentality will help the team. Really work hard. I get in there and get after everything that I can.
Thanks again for joining us, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
With Etiwanda top recruit Marcus Johnson. Marcus, let's talk about this season first. You guys are 8-4, defending league champions. What are some of the thoughts on the season so far?
We're trying to get another league title. Just want to finish off my senior year personally strong and kind of leave something for the younger guys to kind of follow up with next year.
Now, looking at your stat line, you have 35 strikeouts in just 26 innings. What are some of the pitches you've developed over the years to help you get there?
I kind of moved from a curveball to a slider in between my sophomore and junior year, and that's really worked for me. And then progressing on that, I've gotten it to more of a tighter slider instead of more of like a slurve. And then my changeup's always here and there, and that's a pitch I've always worked on.
Now, you've started 5 ball games, but what I noticed most is you've completed 2 of them. How does it feel to finish what you've started?
That's always the goal. I've been trying to do that since my sophomore year just to show consistency, and when you get to the next level and things like that, pitch count is gonna run up, and you know you're gonna have to learn how to like maximize your time out there.
And you're committed to Duke to the next level. Talk to me about that. What was that process like?
It was a pretty easy decision. I mean, you can't go wrong there with the academics or the athletics. It's a program on the rise too, so helping them win is going to be awesome.
Had they talked to you about what they envision your role being at the next level?
They like my pitchability. Not sure, starter, bullpen, anything like that. Yeah, I'm just going to go compete for a spot.
Final thoughts on this season for Etiwanda?
League championship and CIF after that.
here at the Boris Classic with top recruit Marcus Johnson. Marcus, thank you so much.
No problem.
What's up, guys? I am here with Michael Forbes here at Norco High School. We're going to be talking a little bit for this podcast here. Now, you guys are currently sitting at 9-8 and 5-4 in league. What are your thoughts on how your team has been performing so far this season?
I think we've been doing fairly well. I mean, we've come up short in a few games, but overall we're coming together well as a team. Chemistry is just getting better and better with each practice, each day. I'm excited for what we got for the rest of the season. Looking forward to the playoffs.
Now, you're just coming off of a very close loss to San Diego, 6-5. What ended up happening in that game?
Just a few close calls, didn't go our way. Ball just bounced the wrong way. It happens. It's baseball. You're going to fall on the wrong side. But I think we took the loss well, helped motivate us for the future, for future games. I think we know we can play with anyone in our league, anywhere. In California, we're ready.
Especially playing in this Big 8, you guys have a lot of competition out here. Now, what would you say the leadership is like on this team? Would you say it's primarily based around the coaches, or are there a lot of teammates that have been stepping up?
It's both. We have a bunch of good leaders on this team. I mean, our third baseman, Stuart Slesser, shortstop, Chris Conniff, catcher, Bryce Sermonelli. I feel like I'm a leader. Michael Forbes. Our coaches, we have great coaches. Our new pitching coach, Rosando Haro, he's done a good job taking this pitching staff under his wings. He's taught us a bunch he's vastly improved me. I'm sure all the other pitchers would say the same thing. And Coach Barr, the greatest coach I've ever had. I mean, he knows how to get us ready for the games. And our hitting coaches, Brian Rios and Bobo Torres, they're great. I mean, I've learned so much my 4 years here on varsity, and yeah, this is the year. I can feel it.
No, I love that right there, that you just touched on practically half of the team and most of the coaching staff, if not all of them. What is it about Coach Parr? You said he's the greatest coach you've ever had. What is it about him?
Oh, he's just really good at teaching us young ball players a game. I mean, coming into high school, I know how to play baseball, but just like the little things. He's a big guy in the little things, teaching us like just things you wouldn't learn elsewhere. I feel like other coaches wouldn't harp on, but he's big on the little things, and I feel like that helps improve our ball club, make us all a better team.
Is there any sort of saying or anything like that your team lives by?
No, we I don't know. We just acting like we're the guy. Like we want to be the guy in the big spot. So like, when there's full count, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, we're down by 3. You want to be that guy in a situation to hit the home run, the grand slam, to win your team the game. That's like what we live by, just being the guy. You want to be the guy that wins the game for the team, make everyone happy.
Now, you guys have a little break up until next Wednesday, actually, the 3rd, for whenever this goes up, just to give you guys sort of a time reference. You are going to be playing in the DK tournament. How are you guys preparing for that?
Well, we're out here at practice right now every day. We're grinding with each other, getting better, trying to make each other better, helping each other, giving each other tips. Coaches are on us trying to get better. Everyone just tries to make each other better. It's all about getting better here. Just got to have a positive mindset every day when we come out here. Yep.
What have been some of your favorite memories with this team?
Favorite memories? My freshman year, we made the playoffs. When I was on varsity, we won a playoff game out in Chaminade. That was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And then my favorite personal memory this year is throwing a complete game shutout against San Diego.
That is awesome. That has to be one of those top memories to stick out to you. Now, what are your thoughts on how this team is going to perform for the rest of the season? You said it yourself, only 10 games left of the season. So what are you thinking?
I think we're going to be just fine. I think we'll make it to the playoffs, and we're going to make a push. We're gonna go for it all. No one's holding back out here. No one's scared of working hard. We're ready. We're going to bring it.
That's going to be exciting to watch. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And as promised last week, I promised the scoreboards. Here it is. I have 2 points, and your score is a canoe. Again, I make the scoreboard. I can do whatever I want with it. I gave you the canoe because I jumped on board with you last week with 1,000. Got that one right, so thank you for that pick. It was the only game we had in common. We split the other 2. So going on to our games of the week this week, we've got Aliso, Niguel, and Servite. What do you think, Les?
Yeah, man, for Aliso and Niguel, this will be their 5th game in 6 days against arguably their toughest competition. Talk about stress on a pitching depth. Not only that, but they return to league play on Tuesday against second place San Clemente, meaning those two games are huge for them. Fortunately, the Wolverines have some quality arms on that pitching staff. For Servite, this will be the third game in as many days, which could also be taxing on their pitching staff. But like Aliso, they've got some good arms there as well. With this one being at home, I got to like Servite's chances, so I'm going to go with the Fighting Friars in this one.
I'm going to go with that too. 5 games in 6 days scares me. Then I have to dip into the JV ranks for someone to get some more arms because that's just a lot of innings you got to get out of those guys. So I'm going to go with Servite. Next, we got Wilson at Cabrillo.
Yeah, everyone in the Moore League right now is looking up at Long Beach Poly, and these two teams are battling it out for 4th place in league standings and what should be a 4-bid league for the playoffs here in a couple of weeks. Makes these games just huge. Wilson's staff is sporting a nice 2.0 team ERA led by junior Jacob Rabitsky's 1.24 ERA and 3-1 record. Cabrillo's hitting 355 as a team led by Apolinar Gonzalez, who's hitting 500 on the season. The Jaguars are at home where they're pretty tough to beat. So I'm going to go with Cabrillo on this one, Tommy.
I will go with – I don't want to agree with you. I will go with Wilson then. I will go with Wilson. I'll go the other way around. I like that 2.0 ERA. So hopefully they can stick one out for me at Cabrillo. Next, final game. It is South at Hart.
Another tournament game here with South Torrance making the drive up to Newhall to face off against Hart. Both teams coming off 2 league games. Their pitching staffs will be challenged. Junior righty Warner Rhodes has been pretty good for Hart with a 2.06 ERA. Senior Kerry Arbolita is hitting 429 for South, being one of the bright spots for the Spartans. In the end, this is a long bus ride, and you know how I feel about those. And playing their 3rd game in 5 days, and this one against a pretty quality opponent. I'm going to go with Hart in this one because they're at home, and they don't have to make that trek.
I'll go the other way. I'll go with South just for the sake of argument. Let's tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, hit us up on Twitter at PBR_California, Instagram at PBR California. Find our website at prepbaseballreport.com/California. We're releasing Power 25 rankings, Players of the Week, Diamond Notes, along with all of our game coverage every week. We're going to be releasing our Class of 2020 rankings later this week, updated rankings, expanding that to 150 players now. So hit us up at PBR_California on Twitter, at PBR California on Instagram.
Nothing makes me feel older than knowing the Class of 2020 is the next group of rising seniors. I'm old.
Yeah, if you're old, that's how I feel, dude. I'm older than you.
All right, we'll see you next week when we're both a week older.